both, because both of you have not seen for a couple of weeks. Because I had COVID as well 1 week. Oh, actually, I taught, that's the last time I saw you. So that time I taught, when we did all those things, we did all those trees and things, I actually had COVID and I didn't know. So that was last time I saw you, because I don't think you were here last week. Anyway, I've had a few developments, and I actually feel very much like a new person, which is interesting, because I got an email from the Dru Yoga School, and it said, if you want to, you can retake your Dru Yoga teacher training course online for £500, and you can pay it off monthly. And I thought, oh, I'll do that. And it's been brilliant for me. I've been doing relaxations every night. I've been in here all day practicing all sorts of things, and it's like I've been plugged back in again. Although everything I teach is pretty much by the book, it's really been nourishing for me to reconnect. So this class has brought to you just with the freshest knowledge as well, and lots of things have changed with how we talk about anatomy, because apparently we don't need to talk about engaging core muscles, because they engage automatically when you move. But I've had feedback from a few students that say it's nice to have that awareness, so I'll keep mentioning it, but your body engages automatically. So we're going to do a little bit of activation. We're going to do loads for the spine. We're going to come down onto the ground, do some shoulder spirals, some weaving cat, and then we're going to work with Utthita Trikonasana, the lateral triangle. So we're stretching out the sides of the body, but we're going to do everything with breath. So moving with your breath and really flowing, and you're going to love it, honestly. So come to your standing position, and I'll just start off with a little bit of movement, and let's start giving your right hand a little shake out. Loosen up all the fingers. Lovely. And then just feel that awareness flow into your thumb. So you direct that focus into your thumb and the joints in your thumb, and your first finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and your little finger. And then feel it flow into the palm and your wrist. Fabulous. And that just travels into the forearm and the elbow, and the bicep, the shoulder. So the whole of the arm becomes loosened and relaxed. And just separate your feet a little bit. Take that arm over towards the left and just take it around a few times. What we'll do is we'll shake it out the first 2 times, and then this time, as it comes up, just let it flow. And let it be led by the elbow. And synchronize your breath, so you breathe in as you lift up, and you breathe out as the arm comes down. And then the next time we lift the arm up, we're just going to pause, breathe in, lift up through from the base of your right foot, and then just let that arm come overhead. And you can just have your palm facing forwards, and feel a nice gentle lengthening down through the right side of your body. Breathe into the ribs on the right side, and then breathe out and let the arm come down. Yes. Take that, focus now into your left hand. Give your fingers a shake on the left. We've got a super relaxed cat here. This is nice. So just feel all your fingers relaxing down. And then let your awareness just travel into your thumb and your first finger, your middle finger, your ring finger, your little finger. Allowing it to travel into the palm, and then your wrist, forearm, bicep and the shoulder. So the whole of the arm is relaxed. And then let the arm just come down to the ground. Give it a little shake out. And then we'll take it over to the right hand side and just shake it around a couple of times. And then turn it into just a nice open, expansive movement. And breathe in as that arm lifts. Breathe out as it comes down. Beautiful. Now next time your arm comes up overhead, Just take a moment to breathe in and let the arm lift up, expanding through the ribs. And then let that arm come overhead and let your palm just face forward. Lovely. Focusing on your breath and your ribs. And then let that arm right back down by your sides. Fabulous. Bring your feet closer together. Take your weight into your left foot. Place your hands onto your hips for balance and just circle your toes out a few times. So you're preparing that ankle joint. Lovely. Change your direction when you're ready. You can move the other way as well. And then begin by giving your foot a shake. And in your shaking, notice your toes, the arch of your foot, the heel, and then the ankle. Moving into the calf muscle. And then as your awareness comes towards your knee, just begin to swing your knee and let it swing in line with your leg, with your hip, sorry. So it's just oiling that knee joint. Oh, lovely. And then now pause and shake down from the top of your leg down into your foot and your hip. Wonderful. Placing your foot back down. Take your weight into your right foot and then just begin to circle the toes on your left. So moving the toes out and then in. It's nice. And then give your foot a shake. Feel those toes and the sole of the foot. Feel as though it's as soft as there's a beautiful soft cushion. Your heel's soft as well, on top of your foot. And then allowing that vibration, that movement to travel into your ankle and your calf muscle. And as you come towards your knee, that knee joint, you just look swinging from the knee down. Be careful not to lock the knee anyway. Always keeping the joint soft so that energy can flow through you. And then take that focus up to the top of your leg and shake down. And this loosens the quad, the hip. And it lets anything in, any tightness just be dissolved. Wonderful. Place your foot down. Let both feet steady themselves and give your hips a few rotations. Just taking the hips around, and you can figure of eight them as well. And as your figure of eight moves, notice your feet and the soles of your feet. And then change your direction with your figure of eight, go the other way. Lovely. Let your arms become soft and free and just start moving in that nice figure of eight movement. And start with your hands around the level of your abdomen. And then what we're going to do is start to lift the arms up. You can step your feet out and just start to explore the space around. Nice free flowing movement. And just taking your figure of eight wherever it might need to go this evening. You could even close your eyes if you wanted to and just flow with your body's wisdom. Lovely. And then bring your awareness into your elbows. And as you move, let your elbows lead the way. And as your elbows lead the way, you feel it in your ribs, in those intercostal muscles. And this evening's class is very much about the ribs, because we're going to work with that lateral triangle, that sideways stretch. So we're going to loosen up the ribs so much, we'll just flow into it with ease. Lovely. Make your way forward and down now. You're coming down into a forward bend. Separate your feet. Let your knees bend as well, and just flow in from one side to another. And you can let that figure of 8 go, and just let your hands notice the air as they move, and moving at a pace that's perfect for you. And then become still. And in your stillness, let your feet face forwards. You can bend your knees again and let your head, your neck, your shoulders really relax. Take some nice, slow, deep breaths. Lovely. Now bend your knees a tiny bit, tuck tailbone under, and start to stand up, stack each vertebra, and you'll still have a wide stance. And just give your body a chance to settle, because you might feel a bit dizzy having your head down there. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to strengthen the quads. So they're the muscles on the inside of the thighs. So to do that, you're just going to bend your right knee and sink down into the right thigh. So you can feel the stretch on the inside of the left leg. Once you've arrived here, just let your breathing be slow and even, relaxing into it on your out breath. And then we're going to lift up through the middle and sink down into the other side. Allowing that inner thigh muscle adductor to gently lengthen. Lovely. Come back up through that midline. Walk your feet a little bit closer together. All we're going to do is just take that right shoulder forward, lift up your right shoulder back, and then the same with the left. As you move, feel as if you're moving from your spine. Your shoulders are lifting and circling. You're moving from your spine. Your hips are moving as well. And there's a beautiful snake-like movement happening in your spine, in your body. Fabulous. You can bend your knees into it as well. See what happens when you do that. Movement moves deeper into the sacrum. And then start to lift your elbows into it. We're just letting those circles, elbow circles, get bigger. That's lovely. And once your circles have become so big, so let the arms swing underneath. And you get some nice compression in your kidneys doing this. Lovely. Great. Come back into your elbows. And from your elbows, just into your shoulders. And then from your shoulders, just back into your hips. And then begin to notice if there's any difference to when we started doing our figure of 8s and our hips earlier on. And then just let the body come back to stillness. Okay. Start turning left to right, let your hands just move around your body. And we're waking up the spine. We've loosened the shoulders, we've loosened the hips. Now let's move with the bit that connects everything together, the spine. And again, let your knees bend. This really lets that awareness move deep down into the sacrum. Then we're going to take the arms up. The knees aren't bending quite so much. You let the hands give the shoulders a tap. Beautiful. And then let your hands go up into the space above. You've got that wonderful sense of freedom, of openness. You feel as though you can let go of any worries from the day, any stress, any tiredness, tension. Let the arms come back down. And then let your heels lift from the ground. Realize, as your heels lift from the ground, let your sternum lift as well. That's it. And you feel a beautiful lengthening happening in your spine. This is so good for your spine. It hydrates the discs in your back. Keeps you really healthy. Encourage the arms to lift up again. And because we're moving in a dynamic way now, it's getting the heart rate to move faster as well, so the blood's moving through your body. So you're receiving more oxygen. And then your arms are going to go into the space above. Lovely. Fantastic. Let your arms come back down. And then into your third stage, just move as slow or as fast as you wish, and just allow the body to sink down into a lunge where you feel a stretch in those quads. And if you find you can't sleep at night, apparently doing some quad stretches really helps. And then just let your body come back to steadiness. I'm going to have a little drink of water. Fantastic. Have you seen what we've got here? It's under the radiator. She's loving it, isn't she? So, excuse me. Place your feet about 2 shoulder widths apart, so they're fairly wide stance, and have your feet out at 10 to and 10 past, which is the time it is now actually. And just let your knees bend a tiny bit. Just see how you feel sinking down. Let your hands cross over in front of your body. Breathe in, lengthening your spine. And as the arms come down, just let the knees bend so you sink down. And then lift back up again. Breathe in, breathe out as the arms come down. Breathing in, lifting. Beautiful. Breathe out. Now this time you come down. So the next time you come down, place your hands onto your thighs. Put your tailbone under. And just take a few deep breaths as you just allow your body to pause here for a moment or two. And you'll feel your core muscles engaging. Your sternum lift. Lovely. Let your right hand come out in front. Take your left palm overhead. Lengthen up through that left side. And then just breathe out. Come over into a nice sideways stretch. Sideways release. Lovely. Use your breath. Lift up. Breathe out. Rotate your palms. Breathe in, lift. And breathe out. Gorgeous. Lifting back up through that midline. Let your arms come down either side of your body. Gonna straighten your legs, lift up. Lovely. Let both arms lift out overhead. And then what we'll do is we'll sink back down into the knees. Cross your arms over. Let your palms come up overhead. Give your palms a tap. And then straighten your legs as you bring your hands down. Walk your feet closer together. Pause for a moment in your standing pose, let the crown of the head rise up. Release your hands down by your sides. Just become aware of the ground, the steadiness underneath your feet. And arranging your feet so they're about hip distance apart. So we're going to connect with the vertical alignment breath to begin with. So we're just arriving into Tadasana, feeling the legs lengthen, the knees are soft, the pelvis into neutral. And then let the chin be parallel to the floor. As you breathe in now, let your shoulders lift up gently towards your ears and just rotate those shoulders back so you feel a lovely openness in your chest so you can breathe freely and easily. And then feeling the crown of your head rising with each inhalation. Take your awareness now down towards your feet. And as you breathe in, as the breath is rising up through your feet and legs, up towards your heart center. And as you breathe out, send that breath back down to the earth. Breathing back in, back to the heart. Now this time, send the breath out, up through the top of your head, up into the sky above. And then that breath moves back to the heart. And then it will flow down to the earth. Back up to the heart. Up through the top of the head into the sky above. And then allow yourself to move into a rhythm with that breath. Works for you, breathing down to the earth and up to the sky above. Your heart being at the center. Moving down through the body into that steadiness. Feeling that strength rise up through your legs. Connecting at the heart, moving through the body, out through the crown. And over to the heart. And then we'll return back to a regular breathing pattern. I'm aware of your legs, your feet. We're just going to let the hands lift up either side of the body, let both palms lift up. Feel that lengthening up through your body. Be sinking back down, allowing your knees to bend as your arms come back down either side. And then we're going to lift the arms again, breathing in. You breathe out, let those arms descend down. Breathing in, lifting. And exhaling, shoulders relax, softness sinking into the knees, into the feet. One more time. This time let your palms come together. And we're going to flow down into a very gentle forward bend. Keep your hands in towards your body. Let your knees bend as you come down. Let your abdomen rest onto your thighs. Pause down here for a moment or two. Then we're going to rise up. And as you rise up, gently stack each vertebra. Let your hands lift up through the midline of the body. Reach up. Breathe in, lengthening up. Lovely, flowing back down, relaxing as you come down into that forward bend. Really feeling a nice stretch through your hamstrings. Now this time, bend your knees, let your body, let arms lift up, but let your arms go out to the side this time so they lift up like we did before. And all the way up, stretching up and relaxing down back into your forward bend, breathing out as you come down. Bend your knees. This time let your hands come up through the midline of the body. Keep your hands lift up, reaching up, sternum lifts. And then we're flowing back down. Relax as you come back down. Let your knees bend. And then this time palms are going out to the side like they did before. Coming all the way up. I'm going to let the palms meet up overhead. And let your hands come down in front of your heart. Beautiful. Let your hands come down by your sides. I hope you feel relaxed from those beautiful movements. Do you know what? I'm going to invite you to come down onto your mat and lay down on your sides. You might want to pop a little cushion underneath your head, so your head is in line with your spine. And what I'll suggest is, so have your head towards the edge of your cushion. So when your head turns, it can roll along your cushion. So you've got your face and the edge at one side. And your knees are nicely bent. And then let both hands come out in front. And we're going to do some lovely movements for the spine. So first of all, just let your body relax down here, breathe out. And you can gently engage your core muscles, about 10%. I'm going to move with the breath. So the hand that's on top, I think it's probably your left hand. Just refresh your core, let your arm lift up so it comes up directly above your body. And then let your shoulders relax as the arm comes down behind you. And just let your head turn. So you arrive down into a nice pectoralis stretch. And just stay down here for a moment or two. That's it, yeah, make sure you've got enough space. Because we're going to repeat these a few times. Lovely. That's it, make sure that you feel all right. And then we're going to breathe in, refresh core, let that arm lift up overhead and relax as it comes back down. And we're going to do this about 4 or 5 times. So we're going to invite you to do it, working with your own breath, breathing in. You can have a soft bend in the elbow and breathe out. So you're really synchronizing your breath. And you can let your head turn as well. Very short pause, and then you lift up. Make sure you're comfy. Just really get comfy into that place. And then you can let your palms meet. So take your time. When you're ready, breathe in, let the arm lift up. Beautiful breath fills the lungs and ribs. Breathe out, arm comes down, head turns. Take a moment to really feel that space in your chest and lungs. And then refresh. Core muscles, let your arm lift up. Lovely arc. Let's come back together. Now this one will make our last one, so we'll stay down there for a moment or two. So whenever you're ready, let the arm lift up, powered by the breath. Arm comes down, shoulders relax, head turns. And just take a moment or two to really feel that space. And see if you can expand the ribs a little bit on that upper rib. And then when you're ready, use your core muscles and your breath, lift that arm up and let the arm come down. Like, just check that you feel really comfy. Then the hand that's on top, turn it up so your palm is facing upwards. So it's little finger's going to be up. And then what you're going to do is take that arm up overhead and we're going to spiral the hand around with the palm facing up. So it's a little bit different to before. It's another little tip that I picked up. As your hand comes back towards your hip, palm will turn over and it'll go back to palm down. And then start that movement again. Just start moving, circling that arm around. Just taking your time and moving again with your breath. Really feeling as though this movement, these spirals are helping you to unravel any tension, any tiredness, any mountains you've been carrying, just really allowing them to be dissolved, released. And you can go as slow or as fast as you wish. It's your movement working for you. Really enjoying these movements. Then this next time, your arm comes back behind you. So you've got your arms behind. Take a moment to just pause and relax here. So with the arms both resting at shoulder height. Take a couple of deep breaths into the chest, and as you breathe out, just see if you can relax your body. You've got that rotation through your spine. Amazing. And then begin to just let that hand go under the lower pathway, and both palms reconnect. And then take your time as you turn yourself over. So just take your time, ease yourself over onto the other side. Take your time to get yourself into your most comfortable position. So your head's at the edge of your cushion. Neck's in line with your spine. Your knees are bent as close to a right angle as what you can manage, but don't panic. It's whatever feels comfy. And then our next movement, our first movement, is to lift the arm up. So first of all, breathe out, refresh core. And then as you breathe in, the arm lifts, then your head rolls and the arm comes down behind. Your head turn, and then you're going to repeat it several times. So as you breathe in, arm lifts, breathe out, and comes back down. Just inviting you to move into a rhythm with your own breath. Synchronizing, pausing, feeling that space, and then lifting. Taking that time. Now this time, let your arm come up and have a little pause with your hand behind, let your head turn. Take a few moments to breathe and feel the expansion through your ribs, the spaciousness. And then refreshing those core muscles, using them to help you lift and breathe as the arm lifts up. And then both palms reconnect. And then turning your palm upwards, so little fingers facing up. And then you start your spiral. And if possible, you let the fingers stay in connection with the ground. But if they come away from the ground, that's fine. And then hand turns as it arrives at the hip towards the knee, and then you turn it upwards again. Just move around in these spirals, really feeling all of your shoulder girdle completely relaxing down, easing away any tension, taking time to stretch the pecs. Moving around several times. your time to unravel, to unwind, to really connect with who you really are. And then this next time, the arm arrives behind you. Just pause and just take a few moments to breathe deeply and freely and easily into that space. Let your head turn. And just relax there. Breathe in that space to breathe. Wonderful. Use your awareness and just let that hand travel back that underside root. So both palms reconnect. And then I'm just going to invite you to swizzle over onto your tummies. Just have a little rest in crocodile pose before we move on to this next part of the class. So you can have your feet pointed inwards, so your heels pointed inwards, toes pointed out, as wide as stretches what you can manage through your feet, and then place your forehead onto your arms folded. Just taking a few moments to really let your breath move into the sacrum, to the hips, and feel that connection to the ground, that steadiness. Feeling your body relaxing at ground level. So taking a few moments to breathe and press the belly down into the ground. That space in your chest. And then drawing your heels in closer together. And gently pressing your palms down into the mat and lifting your heels back. So you come into Utthita, the pose of a child. And take your time to move from extended child, so with your arms out in front, forehead down. And then you can move your hands back by your ankles when you're ready. And just feel that space in your back and shoulders. Spaciousness once more. Feel your shoulder blades moving away from your spine as you breathe in. That beautiful relaxation as you breathe out. You're just sliding your hands forward now. Your arms are stretched out in front. Separate your fingers and then just rise up so you come up onto your hands and knees. And I've not planned it, but we'll just do a few lovely cat movements so you've got that flow moving through your spine. So just arching your back whenever you're ready and breathing in and letting your head look forward. So we'll just moving with your body's awareness. Feeling that flow. Just enjoying those gentle cat movements. Majariasana, flowing cat pose. And then let yourself come back to being still. Now we're going to move into the weaving cat. So just let your elbow soften. So if you bend your left elbow, Feed your right arm through and lower your shoulder down towards the ground. And it's actually the top of your head, towards the top of your head that comes down. And then once you've arrived down into that shape, press your left hand down into the mat so you feel a bit of a stretch through that shoulder. And take a few moments to breathe down here. Lovely. Pressing your palm back into the mat. Use your breath. Lift yourself back up. And then we'll repeat that one on the other side. So this time you just bend your right elbow, feed your left arm through, shoulder comes down, and the top of your head. Well, the side of the top of your head. And then taking a few moments to breathe, pressing your right hand down into the mat. Lovely. Refresh your core muscles, use your breath, lift yourself back up. And then I always think it's nice to do, I call it the wildcat. Just let your wildcat move however it likes. Let that freedom flow through you. And just as it happens, I've got my cat right here. There she is. And then once you've enjoyed that free-flowing movement, really tuning into your joints and your muscles, come back down into your pose of a child and just rest down here for as long as you wish. So bring your hands back by your ankles when you're ready. And I'm just going to invite you to stay there as long as you like. So if you're there 2 or 3 minutes, I'll just be here waiting. Well, not waiting, but just sitting, waiting patiently for you to arrive back. So if you feel like arriving back, you're very welcome to. Don't feel rushed. Just move in with your wisdom. I'm just going to invite you to just come to sit for a moment or two. So we're going to work with a pose called Utthita Trikonasana. Utthita Trikonasana is a lateral stretch, so it's a sideways stretch, and we know it is the triangle pose. And as I said, I've been refreshing my connection to Dru, and I've learned this beautiful way of moving into this pose. So I'm going to stand up. I'm going to do a little bit of demonstrating for you, and we're going to do it in about 3 stages. We're going to flow with the breath. So each movement moves with the breath. So we'll be breathing out into the stretch and breathing in as we come back up. But I'll try my best to try it, and I will demonstrate for you. we go. So I invite you to come on this beautiful journey into Utthita Trikonasana. So I did both first few stages. I repeated them a few times because they were a little bit new to us. So just invite you to come along with this flow. First stage, we're bending the knee, keeping the arm slightly bent. Second stage, we're bending the knee at first, and then we straighten the knee, keep the arm slightly bent. Third stage, we bend the knee to go into it, we straighten the knee, and then we straighten the arm. So if you want to stay with whatever stage, you're very welcome to. So first of all, come into your mountain pose. Oh, and we're going to step to the right hand side first of all. So if you come over, I think you're already at the left hand side of your mat. So we'll come into a really beautiful Tadasana mountain pose. So really feeling the steadiness of your feet, your legs. Your knees are soft, your hips and pelvis are neutral. Breathe in and let that awareness rise up through your chest. Breathing into that space that we've created this evening. And then let your shoulders lift up and take your shoulders. Beautiful. Let the crown of the head rise up. And just take a few moments to stand in this place of this steadiness in this Dru band. This Dru point. Whole body just resting in that place of stillness. And then let your palms just come together in front of your heart. Feel the warmth and the connection and the support of the two palms. Release your wrists, let your hands come down and step out towards your right side and step about two shoulder widths. Feel that steadiness and strength in your legs, softness in your knees. And then we're going to turn the toes on your right foot 45 degrees. So just lift your toes, swivel on your heel, and then lift your heel up and bring your heel into line. So if you had that invisible thread, it would run down from your heel down to the medial arch of your left foot. You've got your hips forwards, and then take that left heel, just take it back a little bit so you feel really steady and rooted through your legs. And then just double check that your knee's able to trail along the line of your foot. And if it's coming forward a bit, what you do is you just press down into the outside of your foot. So it'll be the little toe side. You just press down a tiny bit there, and that'll help to keep your knee in line with your heel. It's all very, very soft though. That's it, lovely. Come back to the front now. So we're going to work with stage one a few times. Lovely, breathing out. And as you breathe in, just let your arms circle in front, let your arms lift up, let your palms face forward, and let your arms just extend as you breathe out. Lovely, let your arms come back down again. You're going to breathe in, lift the arms up again. Breathe out, let them extend. You breathe in, let your sternum lift. And breathe out, let your knee bend. And then just let your body come over towards that right side. Let your left arm lift up and just let that arm be really soft up overhead. Just hanging overhead, that's it. Lovely, palm facing forward actually, sorry. That's it, and then we're going to breathe in, use your breath to lift up. And breathe out as your arms come down. Now this time we're going to do it all together, so breathe in, let your arms lift up. And as you breathe out, bend that knee and come over into that soft triangle. Palm face forward. That's it. Then relax there for a moment or two. Breathe in, come up. And breathe out, let your arms come down. Keep breathing in. And just flowing with it. So exhaling into that softness. When you're ready to breathe in, you lift. And breathe. We'll do it one more time on this side. Play that inhalation, expansion, softness as you breathe out. And you really feel a lovely relaxation through your ribs. Lovely, breathe in, lift up. And breathe out, the arms under. Let your right foot toes come forward and come down into a nice wide legged forward bend. Bend your knees a bit. Relax down. Fabulous. Come back up when you're ready, just stacking each vertebra. Relax back into your upright position. Check your feet are happy in that wide stance. And then we're going to do the same on the left side. So turn your toes on your left foot 45 degrees. Bring your heel into line. And then take the heel of your right foot back. And then we're going to work with that same sort of thing on this side. So breathe in, let your arms lift up, circle in front, palms face forward. And then as your left knee bends, coming over into that sideways stretch, right arm comes overhead. Really nice and soft. Breathe in, lift up, leg straightens. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Softness. Inhalation. Breathing. Breathing in, expanding. Breathing out, that knee bends. Right arm comes overhead. Take a breath into the ribs on the right hand side. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out. Okay, one more time. The expansion, softness, flow, relaxation, expansion, releasing and letting go. Stay, bend that little knee, breathe in, lift, and breathe out. Arms come down. Bring your left toes forward and softly flow down into your forward bend. Then standing up, stacking those vertebrae back into your standing position. Fantastic. You can bring your feet back together actually. And just pause for a moment, bring your palms together in front. And just pause, stand in that stillness. Stillness of Utthita Trikonasana. Wonderful. And then bringing yourself over towards the left side. And we're going to step out to the right side this time. Same as before. Step into the right, bring your toes on your right foot 45 degrees, bring your heel into line, take your left heel back. Now this time we're going to go into it and there's the option of straightening that leg with your breath. So if you want to keep your knee bent, you can do, and if you want to experiment, you're free to as well. And we'll do both stages this time, stage 2 and stage 3. So breathing in, let those arms, let palms face forward, bend that leading knee, move into your triangle, let your arm be soft. And as you breathe out, let that leg just straighten. So your right leg straight. Relaxing into it. Breathe in, let your front knee bend. And breathe out as you rise up. And let your arms come down on that same exhalation. So breathing in, arms lift. Breathe out into your triangle. Breathe in as you straighten your leg. And breathe out, moving into it that bit more deeply. So breathe in as you straighten that leg. And breathe out. Arms come down. Breathing in. Breathe out. Blow in. Straighten your leg. And then this time, straighten the arm too. And let's let that arm be free. Hold in that lovely triangle for a moment or two. And then bend in that leading knee, breathing in. So you lift up. And breathe out as the arms come down. You breathe in, let the arms lift. Breathe out into that shape. Knee straightens, leg straightens. And then let your arm, if it feels good, feeling that lovely expansion through the side of your body. Beautiful. Engage core muscles, breathe in, let your body lift up. Turn your right toes forward and flow down. Connect with the earth. When you tilt your head lower than your heart, it calms and soothes you. And then bringing yourself back up whenever you're ready. Then we're ready to embark upon the other side. So this time it's your left toes 45 degrees. Bring your left heel into life and then take your right heel back. Hips forward. And breathing in, circling those arms up as you breathe in. Breathe out, bend that knee, flow over into your triangle shape. Then letting that leg straighten first of all. Still keep your arms soft first time. And then as you breathe in, bend that leading knee. Lift back up. Exhale as your arms. Just in breath. Exhalation as you flow. Straightening that leg as you breathe out. Expansion through the ribs on the right side. Then breathing in, lifting up, bend that knee. Hands come down. And then we'll begin straightening the arm this time. So using your breath, letting the arms lift. Bend that leading knee, flowing into that triangle shape. Exhaling as that arm comes over. Straightening that leading leg. And then let that arm lift up. Hold in that shape. Breathe in, bend that leading knee. As you come up, exhale as your arms come down. Inhalation, expansion. Breathing out, softly flowing. Comes over. Relaxing into it. Straightening your leg. And then straighten the arm. All done with that connection of flow to your breath. Then relaxing out of it. Breathe in. Body lifts up. Breathe out, arms come down. And then feet turn forward and you come down to connect with that steadiness, that earth. That solidity. You feel nurtured by the earth. Connected and strong. And then slowly begin to step your feet closer together. And then once you've arrived back into hip distance, start to stand up and stack each vertebra one at a time, really having that awareness of each vertebra. And you can let your hands, your arms lift up and create that circle around. And let your palms meet up overhead. And you might just want to just pause for a moment and then let your hands come down in front of your heart so you're sealing with energy. Magnetic energy, that power. And then let your hands come down by your sides and stand in your power, in your true them, in that stillness. I'm going to invite you to come down Yeah. I'm going to invite you to come down onto your backs. Believe it or not, the time has flown away. It's time for Shavasana. So I think come onto your backs and we'll draw the knees in and just release the sacrum, because the energy center that's affected most by doing triangle poses is Swadhisthana. So it's the emotional, the sacrum part of it. So really draw your knees in and circle them and feel massaged around that part of your body. And then when you feel good there, pop your blankets over you. I'll just leave you to move with that in your own time. Put your socks and your blankets and your cushions and all those things that make you feel comfortable. Lay yourselves down, put your blankets over you, get your cushions. Just going to invite you to relaxing back and imagine that you're laying back into the most softest of cushions, the softest of mattresses. Really feel like you're being held there. And just take a moment to scan through your body and notice how different you feel an hour and 15 minutes ago. We're going to begin by letting that awareness just come into your right leg, into your right foot. Just begin to draw the toes in towards you, so much so that you feel the stretch all the way down through the leg. And breathe in. And then as you breathe out, let the whole of that leg relax. Let your toe roll out to the side. Let your awareness shift across through the pelvis and then down into the other leg. So we're down into the left leg this time. Draw the leg in towards you. Toes in towards you, I should say. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Just let that leg flop away. Let your toes roll out to the side. Then let your awareness rise up into your knees and gently press the backs of your knees down into the mat so you feel the quads engaging, and breathe in. You breathe out, let your knees relax, let the quads relax. Tighten the glutes, both of them, and breathe into that tightness there. And then softly relax the glutes, feeling the lower part of the body melt down into the ground. Pressing the sacrum down into the ground now. Nourishing the sacrum. Let the breath enter the body and let the breath travel deep down into the bottom of the belly, down into the abdomen. And just allow that center, that space to expand with the breath. So you really feel filled up. And then breathe out and just let that area go soft, so soft. Let that awareness now come down. But this time, send it into the bottom of your ribs and expand the bottom of the ribs. And then relax, feeling the ribs soften. And then allowing that breath to arrive into the upper part of the chest. And you may feel like you want to sigh that breath out, but you might not. You're coming now to the right hand. Just make a very gentle fist with the right hand and create a bit of tension in your right fist and the right hand. and breathe in. As you breathe out, let your fingers relax, let your fingers curl. Keep making that fist again, but this time tense the forearm and the bicep and the shoulder, and breathe into the whole of that arm. And then breathe out, let the whole of that arm soften and relax. Let your shoulder press down into the mat, so your right shoulder, press it down into the mat. Breathing into that right shoulder. You let the shoulder just relax, soften. You're moving across now into the left hand and make a gentle fist with the left hand. Breathe into that left hand. You breathe out, let your fingers curl. Open them out. Make a fist again with that left hand, but this time tighten the forearm, the bicep, and the shoulder. Hold it for a moment or two. You might end up lifting it from the mat. Probably breathe out, let that arm relax, relax, relax. Press your left shoulder down into the mat. Breathe into that left shoulder. You let the left shoulder relax. Coming up now into the chest, upper part of the chest. Can you feel that breath? Which is the breath lifting the collarbones. And just begin now to let your head gently turn one way and then the other. So it really relaxes the bones in the neck, the muscles in the neck. Just keep moving your head side to side. And then let your head just come back to that center point. And it may be that you want to take a deeper breath in. And then everything's slowing down. And then take a moment with your face and just go through the various features with your eyes and your cheeks and your mouth, and just let your face move in a way that suits you. It releases tension. Maybe move the jaw, circle the jaw. And then invite the face to become very still. Let your face soften. Let that breath fill your lungs, and maybe you hear the sound of that breath, but also notice the coolness of your breath. The coolness of that breath entering your body. And breathe out and feel the warmth of that breath. And then invite a feeling of warmth, comfort to just be present at the soles of your feet, and let that warmth rise into the soles of your feet and into your toes. And that warmth radiates, and it soothes the toes and the joints in your feet, your ankles. And as you breathe in, that feeling of relaxation moves through your body. And as you breathe out, feeling of peacefulness. Breathing in now, and that softness, that peacefulness soothes your knees. Feeling of warmth rises into the thighs and the hips and the pelvis, and it really soothes deeply, easing any pains, anything uncomfortable. Also easing on a deep level, so in the mind, the emotions, As you breathe out, body softens. That softness now becomes present in the front of the body, in the belly. You feel the organs within your body, the digestive organs, and the heart, the lungs. All parts of the body relaxing, feeling soothed. That soothing feeling becomes present in the chest and in your face, your arms, your feet. You feel so nice. Just invite you to spend a few moments just resting in. And in this place of restfulness, allow yourself to hear the sound of that breath, that gift of breath. And allow it to deepen. As the breath deepens, you feel energized. Brightness of the sun, radiance, energy, power, warmth fills your body. Prana, that life force energy traveling on the wings of the breath, blows down through you, energizing and revitalizing the brain through the face, the features of the face, the senses, the sense of sight, hearing, smell, touch, rejuvenated, and that brightness of the sun, that radiant light fills your body, and it flows into your arms and into your hands, and you begin to move your fingers. Brightness fills your face, and you invite a smile to greet your lips. And that energy and warmth travels down through your body into your hips, into your legs, into your knees, and into your feet, and just start to move your feet and legs, your arms in a way that's perfect for you. And inviting you to turn over when you feel ready, just to spend a few final moments. And then pressing your palms, your hands into the ground, and bringing yourself into a seated position. Just taking your time and trying to keep your eyes closed if possible. And when you're ready, begin to let your hands rub together. Let your hands connect and feel the warmth and the heat, gentle pressure. When you feel ready, place your hands over your eyes. Take your time. And just invite the fingers to separate and the eyes to open, allowing that light to just allow your eyes to readjust. You can give your head a tap on your face, or you can just sit. It's entirely up to you. Yourself to just soften. You don't need, and then always nice to end with a generous hug. The other side can also do the other side too. And then bring your hands up overhead, let your palms come together. Hands come in front of your heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings be at peace. So I really hope that you enjoyed this evening's class. It's been an absolute delight to teach and to